they love.
With the USHL model, I know there's multiple divisions. Can you explain a little bit to our viewers so that they can understand how this is going to work with the Junior League compared to what we've been looking at with just this one division now?
Sure. Well, we actually are in the midst now of trying to figure out whether we need to be a 2-division or a 3-division league. In a 2-division league, we would have 2 divisions of 8 teams. 3-division league would probably be 5, 6, and 5 at this point to get to 16, with the idea being that ultimately we could get to 18. And the concept still has been that 8 teams qualify for the playoffs, so it's the top 4 in each division if it's 2 divisions, East and West, or it's the top 2 from each division plus 2 wild cards if it were a 3-division league. In either case, it's going to mean that the competition for those, particularly for those 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th spots, is going to go on until the last day of the season. Last year, the champion of the league was not defined until the last day of the season, and the last 3 spots in the league for the playoffs were not defined until the last week of the season. So that's how close the competition is. The East looks like it's going to be just have some extraordinary teams. If under any circumstances, you'll face Chicago, you'll face Indianapolis. That NTDP team, particularly as its players get older and better, is always strong. Youngstown has had a really strong team this year. Green Bay will probably be in that division, the Anderson Cup champions last year, and there's Indianapolis, the champs. So this is going to be a tough division for the Lumberjacks.
Excellent. You know, competition's always good, though.
Competition will make them better.
Yep. It's going to bring out some rivalries, which is what helps the fans involved, is those rivalries between teams.
You're going to have a natural rival down the road a little bit in Ann Arbor, because first there'll be the Battle of Michigan. Yep. Then you go down 3 or 4 hours, and you're into Indianapolis, and those Indiana folks believe that their state's better than than Michigan, so you can have that discussion with them. Come around to Chicago. Last time I checked, from the professional crowd, the NHL teams in Chicago and Detroit on down to the Big Ten, there's a long-standing rivalry there. So yes, you'll have rivals whichever direction you go, and of course there's that group in Ohio and Youngstown that's just waiting for a new Eastern team to show that they're better than. So I'm looking at some real competition this year. I think it'll be enjoyable.
Good, because that's what our fans want. You know, I've read a lot of the message boards, and that's what they're afraid of, is that hard play, the fast play, and the competition won't be there.
I think they're going to be surprised by how much more. I mean, I just ask everybody to remember, if you were an athlete, when you were in college or in high school, when every shift mattered, when you brought that enthusiasm and that excitement and that quality play everywhere you went, and the world was your oyster, and these kids are playing for their futures. So if you take a shift off in this league, you sit. If you take 2 shifts off, you're not playing you're not dressing, and if you take 3 shifts off, you're not probably in the league. That's the quality of play that's demanded, because that's the quality of play that's demanded at the level higher, which is what they're all trying to get to. So you'll see an intensity and an excitement level that you probably haven't seen in a number of years in this league. Well, and again, I think I grew up in a minor league town. I mean, and I remember hockey growing up being stronger. The old International League was a league of real estimable quality, and a lot of players played there. And it has nothing to do with Muskegon. It has nothing to do, frankly, even with the IHL. It's the costs of hockey and the fact that the players have so many more choices. So many more of them are going to Europe to play. So many more of them are deciding not to play hockey because it's getting more and more expensive. That the game has just changed. So the crossroads, I always like to tell people, 30 years ago, if you wanted to play Major League Baseball, you basically signed a minor league contract out of high school, you disappeared into the lake of minor league baseball, and maybe you came out the other side. Now, if you want to be a Major League Baseball player, you work really hard and you go to the University of Texas, and then you go on to the pros, or you go to Stanford. The same is true in hockey. Now, the proposition is, this is the way for you to get as good as you can be and have the opportunity to go to some of the great schools in the United States in the meantime and play the greatest sport there is. Hard to beat.
Excellent. Well, Skip, I'm excited about this for next year. It sounds like a lot of people are excited that realize what's going on. I appreciate taking a few minutes and helping people understand what this change is going to bring about here.
Well, we're privileged. We're excited. We believe that we found a special place, and we think next year is going to show that for everyone involved. So we're thankful in turn.
Excellent. Thank you.
Alrighty. Thanks for the time today.
Appreciate it.